Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Today, much to the delight of a couple of my subscribers anyway, I'm doing Tarot Tuesday. I'm not committing to this. I'm not committing this to be like a regular thing. But I have been really itching to get back to my tarot and more specifically my oracle decks. I have to be honest, I'm not very good with the tarot. Um, I, and a lot of that's just I haven't practiced that much. Whoops, I hit my camera arm. Sorry about that. Um, and so I think if I do more studying, then I will get more proficient at it. But right now, I don't have a lot of confidence. But I'm not saying that I won't play around with some of my tarot decks on Tarot Tuesday. But today, I want to share a couple of oracle decks that are new to me. I actually got a few decks. My birthday's in December, and obviously Christmas is in December. And so I got a few decks for my birthday and Christmas in December when I was completely flat on my back from chemo. Um, and so I've looked through them. Well, one I have not looked through. And I don't remember looking through them. So it's going to be new to me and new to you. These decks that I'm going to share. But first, I want to show. I have these Seasons of the Witch Oracle cards. The makers of this have made. I'm not sure if they have all 8 out, but they follow the wheel of the year. And so, and which again, I'm not that knowledgeable about, but I feel drawn to the wheel of the year, specifically this time of year. I'm very much a fall baby. I love everything about fall. I feel very connected to the earth and higher power and all of that during this time of year. So I always have an urge to play with my decks. So this is the Mabon Oracle, which is, I believe it's the equinox is officially Mabon. Again, I'm not super knowledgeable. I have just enough knowledge to make me dangerous and to make me possibly give you wrong information. So don't take what I say as the all. It's just not. So I pulled this deck out, and before I got started, I pulled a card just to kind of see why I felt the need to go to this deck. So what is it that um that I can look for to gain pulling out my oracle and tarot decks again? And I thought it was very appropriate. I pulled the pomegranate card, and it's dare to taste the unknown, let it seduce your spirit awake. I don't really need to read any more about that. I knew instantly that um, I have a fear of the unknown. And so I think working with oracle decks and tarot decks, there's a lot of unknown there. And as much as I'm super drawn to them, I'm also a little bit nervous and anxious about it. And this card is just telling me, just do it, just go for it. It's what you need right now. And so I there was one sentence that I read that I want. So this deck is it's beautiful. All their decks are beautiful. Um, they all have gilded edges. This one's orange. And they're just very pretty. I'm not going to do a full flip through, but I'll just, show a few cards. They're all about the beginning of fall and harvesting and self-care and hunkering down and just the food that is around the holidays and um, just all that kind of stuff. And so I find these decks, I love the artwork. It's all very appealing to me. And so I have, like I said, I have 4 of these decks. I have Mabon, I have Samhain, I have Yule, and I have Beltane. I know they have In Bulk is out, but I haven't gotten that one yet. So, and I just put my pomegranate one away, so let's find it in the book. So the book is really nice. It has a picture of the card with some, you know, some writing about it. And it says, pomegranate encourages you to allow yourself to experience everything that is within your heart. Try new foods, take an unusual path to a familiar place, travel, speak to someone unusual, and do the things that scare but also excite you. That is exactly what I'm doing here with these cards, and I have done for the past, well, not the past year because I haven't worked with them at all, but the year before in 2022, I was working quite a bit with my cards, and I have a couple books, like a how-to books on tarot that I was doing. And it says, do the things that scare but also excite you. In doing so, you will discover the freedom to experience your full self without limitations or boundaries. So I just thought that was so appropriate to draw that card, in and knowing how I've been feeling about, well, should I was thinking about, selling or giving away my collection, but that just really, it just reaffirms the just the fun and the playfulness and the see, we told you of the cards, and I really like that, so I'm gonna go for it. So this is a deck that apparently I backed it on Kickstarter and I did not remember, and then it just came kind of in the middle of everything. It's called the Green Glyphs Oracle. It has 50 cards and an 80-page guidebook created by James R. Eads. So let's take a look. It's a beautiful box. I love I think they call this like a rose petal finish. It's not shiny, but it's very smooth. And so here's the booklet. And so that's kind of fun. And with this deck, when I first opened it and looked at it, I wasn't sure that I liked it. But I did a little drawing with this too. And I asked, how can I use this deck? How will this deck not treat me, but basically how, what am I looking for this deck? And I pulled the willow tree. So we'll look at that in a minute. So the cards all have this really pretty gilding on it that's kind of holographic. It looks really cool. And so the edges are gold. These are a little bit hard to shuffle because the cardstock is kind of thick, and so they're hard to bend and shuffle. But they do okay, and they slide very nicely. This is how I choose my oracle cards. I ask the question, and then whatever card falls out is the card I was meant to see. So the back's really pretty. Have the hieroglyphics on them, and then yeah, they're all just very, very pretty, just gorgeous. And I have not. This is the first card that I ever pulled from this deck, so I'm just going fast through these. This isn't a full-on walkthrough, and maybe when I work with it a little bit more, I might do that. But the cards, and since I pulled this, and since I went through and looked at it, now that I'm not on full on chemo brain, I really like them. I think they're really sweet. I like kind of the color scheme with the cream and the green, and then the gold and changing to rainbow colored gilding. I really like that. I really like these. So I'm glad that I didn't like just poo-poo them right away and give them away. So I drew the willow, and basically it just this is a gentle deck for me, and the book goes in alphabetical order, so that makes it easy to find. And it just says, it's the middle of spring, and you're walking through a blooming meadow as you come across a majestic willow. The sunlight spills through the cascading leaves, and you decide to sit under it. Peace washes over you, and so does your newfound appreciation for life. So the key words for the upright are peace, appreciation, understanding, and spring. And I love that. So the question that I posed was basically, how is this deck going to help me? How will I use this deck? What will I find when I use this deck? And this is the answer that I got. So, and even the reverse is really sweet. Softness with self, tenderness with others, good intentions, and realizing internal magic, which to me is your internal spirituality. And so I just love that. I just loved everything about that. So that's this deck. And I'm very happy, like I said, that I didn't just give it away instantly. Sometimes with Oracle and Tarot decks, you do have to keep them and work with them. And I have a few decks that I fell in love with the way they looked. And then when I worked with them, I didn't like the vibe that I got. And so I just put them away, and then I pull them out a few months or a year, well, not a year, but later, and see what they're telling me at that point. Oh, sorry, I needed to take a drink. So that one, the Green Glyphs Oracle, is the one that I purchased for myself through a Kickstarter. And this is one I got for either my birthday or Christmas. It's the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. And so he's the artist, and then the text is by Jessica Macbeth. So these cards, I have an interesting relationship with these cards. I had this deck years ago. So many years ago, I was working with Oracle decks, and not tarot though, just Oracle. And I got these cards, and this is just going to make you laugh. And it's really weird, and I don't know why I felt like this, and I worked with these cards a little bit. I felt the cards to be very mischievous. And so I kept working with them, but I'm not sure. I don't have any of my journals where I talked about working with this deck. I will pay more attention this time. But I felt like they were a little sassy, a little, like I said, mischievous, a little harsh. I just remember thinking, man, you cards, and what they were probably doing is just telling it like it is. And I probably didn't like that. But the cards they're fun. They're interesting. Look at this one. So pretty. And I don't know if you can see, but there's like little elves just kind of scattered all around, which is fun. So I haven't played with this one yet. As you can see, I just took the plastic off. I haven't even gone through it since I was gifted them again. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how this deck works for me this time. So yeah. And the book, so we'll look at the book next. The book is really in depth. It's really nice. Actually, I'm going to try, I haven't tried shuffling these, so I can do that to let you know how they feel. They feel good. They're big. I have small hands, so some of these decks are very hard for me to shuffle. Oh, these are nice. So these are very nice. Okay, this is a great shuffle. So I could ask this deck, are you as sassy and mischievous as I remember you to be? And I usually shuffle them 3 times, and then I do this, and then I just see what falls out. So these are sticking together a little bit more. Even though they felt really slippery when I was shuffling them, they feel like they don't want to come apart from each other. This one kind of felt weird and bendy, so I'm going to look at this one. So this is the Singer of Connection. So then we come to the book, and this book it's a hardback. It's very pretty, and it's a fairly old deck. So yeah, it's from 2000. That's when it was originally made. So then, you know, it has a little history about the deck, which I find interesting. And I just noticed here it says, now with a healthy, playful mindset, take the deck of cards and randomly spread out. When I was working with these, it's likely I was coming up on menopause, or even before. My kids were adolescents and teenagers, and just, yeah, I was way too serious back then. So it'll be interesting to read all of this again. And then it just talks about card spreads. I have a tendency to just do a 1-card pull. Every now and then I'll do a 3-card pull. But mostly with my Oracle deck, I just pull 1. So, the Singer of Connection. So, spiritual connection, karma, balance, empathy. The Singer, I'm going to read this and then come back and let you know what I think, because there's a lot to read here. Oh, they do have a starter reading though. Through the power of this singer, all connections are made, held, released as appropriate. In a reading, this singer indicates the connection of things, especially reconnecting those that have been sundered. It is unifying and reunifying. It tells us that we need to be aware of the connections between different aspects of the issue under discussion, as well as the connections between people linked by it. We may also need to build more connections, a network of mutual support. The presence of the Singer of Connection in a reading indicates support and strength flowing through the connections between those involved. Okay, so that's interesting. I kind of asked what I consider to be a playful question, and I got a very serious answer, which is interesting because I don't remember this deck being like that. And I think I was being way too serious and way too hard on myself when I was using the deck, which makes perfect sense to me, because that's the place I was in. So yeah, and that's interesting. Um, yeah, so I'm not sure what to expect, except I feel like um, giving it a second chance is a good start. So that's kind of fun. And I usually like to store the cards away with the card that I drew last kind of on top like this. And I don't know why. It's just something I do, and no special reason. Okay, so that's all I have for today's Tarot Tuesday. I think next week I got 4 new tarot decks, and I'll share those with you. But I don't want this video, I don't want my videos to go too terribly long. Um, so, so that's where we are. So we had this one, The Fairies Oracle, Brian Froud. We had this one, The Green Glyphs Oracle by James R. Eads. And then the Seasons of the Witch, Mabon. Which these are on Amazon. I know for sure. This I got a Kickstarter, not a mass-made deck, so you would have to go to James R. Eads' website, and if you're interested in, whoops, that one. And I believe you can get these on Amazon, but I'm not positive. But there's also Llewellyn and what's the other? Is it Hay House? I think it's Hay House. They have a lot of decks too, so you can go look there. So that's all I have for today. I know this isn't for all of you. I totally understand. I do not expect you to watch videos that you're uncomfortable with, or, you know, just have no interest in. Totally get it. And that's why I'm only going to do these once a week or once every other week, or I don't know. I don't know how often I'll do them, but Tuesdays will be dedicated to tarot and oracle, at least for right now. So if you have watched and you're at the very end, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear what you think of the decks that I showed. And yeah, just have a great day, and remember to be good to yourself and to be kind to others. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.